My name is Travis Flaherty. It's my pleasure to be your host this evening. What you can expect tonight is to learn a little bit more about this world of cryptocurrency that you're probably hearing about or seeing in the news every single day. We're going to talk about where it started. We're going to talk about how it's impacting the world today. We're also going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite topics, which is crypto mining, and why so many people are coming in and putting their money to work for them in the crypto mining space. And finally, we're going to talk about a business opportunity that really is changing lives around the world. So sit back, relax, let's go ahead and jump right in. Before we get started tonight, just a little disclaimer. You should know that I am not a broker. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything that I share with you tonight is just my opinion. It shouldn't be construed as financial advice. Of course, there's risk involved in cryptocurrency, just like there is in the stock market or futures or any of the markets that you can currently trade in. So you should understand that past performance doesn't necessarily guarantee future performance. Never put in more money than you can afford to lose in any investment. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in tonight. First and foremost, let's talk a little bit about who we are. So who we are is a company that publishes financial education and research. What we do is we help people develop healthy financial habits. We call it financial fitness. If you think about it, when you go to the gym, you work out on a regular basis, you put stress on the muscles, and they come back a little bit more toned, a little bit stronger, a little bit healthier. Well, we do the same thing when it comes to the financial literacy and financial education and the habits of the people that are involved with our company. Our mission is to offer access to financial education and research and technology that enables people to enjoy life and plan for the future. A little bit of a snapshot of who the company is. So first of all, we are a 5-year-old company. The building that you see here is our corporate headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah. We took an old Union Pacific Railroad station and remodeled it into our corporate offices. How cool is that? We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. The owners have been in the financial education, the financial literacy space for the last 40 years. Get this, we are the only, and I'm gonna say that again, the only publicly traded company in all of the United States that provides crypto and Forex education, buy-sell alerts, and state-of-the-art mining solutions. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. We are a company that does provide proof of mining. You can actually go to Etherscan, which is the blockchain, and you can see Kuvera shows right up there, solving blocks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for those of you that are involved on the mining side of things. We don't offer any guarantees here. Guarantees are illegal. One of the unique things about this company is we also do not sell mining pools. So some of you that may have heard of companies being shut down in the United States or wonder why a lot of companies will not come into the United States, it's because 97% of the companies that are out there in this space are selling into a mining pool. So what that means is you buy a share in the pool and then you share revenue from a big data center, and you're one of maybe thousands or 10,000s or hundreds of thousands of people that get a little check every single month. The problem is, number one, over time, as that mining pool starts to fill up, the profitability goes down. But here's the bigger problem. Here in the United States, the SEC has made it very clear that anytime that you are promoting or pulling funds together, it becomes a security. So now you have people that are out there promoting unregistered and unlicensed securities, and that has led to a number of companies being shut down. So we don't sell any mining pools here. We'll talk about the difference on what we do tonight as well. And of course, you get weekly deposits directly into your coin wallet. We don't require you to hold your funds in our wallet. I've heard some horror stories about companies that have shut down doing that as well. So I think you're going to find that as we continue to go through the presentation tonight, you're going to see that Kuvera really is the white hat or the lighthouse in this space that is setting the bar, raising the standards for the way things are done in this industry. So let me tell you a little bit about where we've been and where we are going. First of all, the owners of our company have been business partners for the last 30 years. Back in 2013, they had this vision, this idea of developing a company that taught people better practices when it comes to not only saving money, paying down debt, but teaching them how to put their money to work for them. Unfortunately, that's something that's just not taught in school today. So the vision became a reality in the fourth quarter of 2013. They beta launched some software. They had 30 distributors that began testing this software. And then going into 2014, they started building this corporate team. From there, they had their first pre-launch event in Park City, Utah, 150 attendees in the fourth quarter of 2014. As we moved into the end of the year, 2014, they did about $500,000 in revenue, about $500,000 in revenue. So, not a big deal, just kind of getting started. But then as we move into the second quarter of 2015, they had their launch event in Las Vegas. 250 attendees were there. As we continue to move forward into the third quarter of 2015, they started to expand globally. Right now, Latin America is by far one of the fastest growing markets that we currently have. And then as we continue to move forward, my slides are sticking a little bit, so let me just open this back up. So as we continue to move forward into 2016, starts to get pretty exciting. So 2016, all of a sudden, we started to see some growth. $12 million in revenue. Things started to catch on a little bit. These slides are just driving me crazy. You know that I went through these like 15 times today just to make sure they don't stick. But for whatever reason, whenever we're on Zoom, they just stick, and I can't figure out what it is. So that's all right. We're going to keep rolling. All right, so second quarter of 2017, we went public. And this was a big deal because here's the thing. When you are a publicly traded company, it's all about transparency. And that's something that's super important in this particular industry that we're in. It's hard to fraud someone when you're a publicly traded company. You can go and see all of the filings so you know that we are compliant and legally ethical with the SEC. As we move into the third quarter of 2017, we acquired a company called Hodo Global, which brought a lot of talent to the company, brought a lot of assets to the company, a lot of growth to the company. And as we continue to move forward into the fourth quarter of 2017, something really exciting happened. We launched our crypto mining product. And guys, since that time, and that was just November of last year, things just exploded. Crypto Club, which is our community, our team, our culture, got involved in the first quarter of 2018. And I got to tell you guys, we set this company on fire. Company sales went up to $4 million per month. Why? Because people understand that crypto mining just makes sense. The second quarter of 2018, we rebranded and relaunched the company. Now, why did we do that? You have a company that's been around for almost 5 years. They have a very solid infrastructure. They're doing business in almost 70 countries around the world. But we brought in some new products. We changed the compensation plan. We brought in some new leadership. We were growing and maturing as a company, and we really wanted to and felt like it was time to change the look and the feel of the company to reflect who we wanted to attract. And so you're going to find that we are a very professional company, and that was the goal is to attract professionals to this company. As we continue to move forward, going into the third and fourth quarter of this year, we just acquired a company called United Games, which had hundreds of thousands of affiliates around the world. And we just finished up a couple of weeks ago our first Kuvera corporate event where we had 600 people from 16 countries around the world. In fact, if you were to look at our revenue from 2013 all the way to 2018, every single year, you'll see that it continues to go up and up and up. Guys, I've been in this industry for 15 years. My wife and I have been very, very blessed by the network marketing industry. I've been a consultant to this space. I've helped a number of companies launch and ultimately go into the momentum stages. Let me just tell you this. When you've been around as long as I have, you start to pick up on those pre-momentum indicators, like signs that, hey, this company is about to explode. And it usually happens right at around $4 to $5 million a month. It's about that $50 million a year threshold where a company goes from $50 million to $300 million over the course of the next 12 to 24 months. If you go look at any company in the network marketing industry, it's growth. But once they hit that $4 to $5 million a month mark, that's what sends that company into hyper growth. And you know what's exciting? We're just getting started. I firmly believe, and I know that there's many of you that are watching right now, drop an I if you, in the comments section, if you are feeling picking up what I'm putting down. I believe that we're going to go from 600 to 6,000 between now and next year's convention. And that's why the timing is so perfect to get involved with this company. So InvestView is our publicly traded arm of the company. And you'll see here this umbrella of different companies that we've acquired: Kuvera, United Games, United League. And then there's this company called Safe Management. So what I love about our company is they're constantly working with the regulatory agencies. Our attorneys are some of the top attorneys, not just in this space, but in the entire world when it comes to cryptocurrency. We are constantly working on a worst case scenario basis. So what if, worst case scenario, they came back and said, oh, well, you guys need to be registered investment advisors? What if down the road they came and said, you need to be commodity traders and you need to have those licenses? So we actually acquired a company called Safe Management, and Annette Rayner, who is one of the founders of the company, went and secured all of those licenses so that we're safe. Now, do you need those licenses today? Absolutely not. But it's just one more thing that this company is doing to raise the bar in this industry. And I love that. Let's talk a little bit about the evolution of money. So back in the old day, I might have approached you, Wendy or Sandra or Hal. I might have approached you guys and said, listen, I want to trade you one of my cows for 2 of your chickens. Or I want to trade you some of my salt for some of your sugar. Then things evolved, gold bars, but they weren't that convenient to carry around. So then they had metal coins. Metal coins were pretty easy to counterfeit. Then we arrived at fiat currency, what we have today, right? The dollar bill, then plastic cards, debit cards, credit cards, and electronic money. So Venmo, PayPal, you can even send money through Facebook today. And then cryptocurrency, digital currency. And I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but the world is going digital. So where did it all start? Back in 2009, someone or an organization or a group of people we don't know by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto introduced the first decentralized digital currency. So what does that mean? It means nobody controls it. So let's go back to 2009. What was happening? The economy was crashing, right? I mean, my wife and I, we got stuck into that. I mean, at that point in time, we lost everything back then. And I'm sure many of you guys went through that same thing. So the people were angry. And who caused that? It was the banks. And so they said, you know what? We want to take back the control from the banks. And we want to create a social community, a payment system that we can use without the banks and all these people in the middle of our transactions. And that was where Bitcoin. Here in the United States, we have the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve, it's privately owned. Did you guys know that? Privately owned. It's more secretive than the CIA. It's not government controlled, believe it or not. And here's the problem. Because, I don't know if anybody's paid attention, but the currencies around the world, the value of those currencies are doing what? They're going down and down and down. The US dollar has lost more value over the last couple of years. In fact, since 2003, it's been on a rapid decline. Why? Because we are humans and we believe that the answer is always print more money. Print more money. Well, there's some third world countries and places over in Africa where they would tell you that that is not the solution because the money is not worth the paper that it's printed on anymore. So that is the problem. You have inflation issues. Well, isn't it great that we have a deflation currency that is backed by mathematics that doesn't allow you to just keep printing that reserve? And that is what cryptocurrency is. Now, some people say, well, Travis, it's not backed by anything. Well, neither is the US dollar, guys. It was removed from the gold standard back into the 70s. Let me give you just an example. So some of you guys, you went and got your favorite cup of coffee this morning. Maybe it was a fresh squeezed juice, whatever it was. Drove through the drive-through, you paid your bill, you swiped your debit card, and when you swipe that debit card, what happens? It goes to the merchant. From there, it goes to the merchant's bank. From there, it goes to the payment processor. From there, it goes to the payment gateway. All of these people are in the middle of your transaction. They're taking money out of your pocket. Now, we don't see it itemized, but trust me, it's built into the cost of everything that we do. What if you could cut out all of these people? That's what cryptocurrency is. And cryptocurrency is made possible because of blockchain technology. We're seeing blockchain technology be adopted by almost all of the major companies and corporations and industries out there today. Everybody from UPS to Walmart to FedEx to Samsung to Coca-Cola, all have adopted blockchain technology. Why? Because it's efficient, because it makes sense. So let me explain to you how this works. So let's say that Alice here wanted to send some money to Bob in the form of cryptocurrency. Now, it could be any coin, right? You've probably heard of coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. There's a number of different coins out there. But here's what happens. So let's say Alice wants to send maybe $100 worth of Ethereum. So a block is formed, and the details of that transaction are outlined. Everything is transparent except for the people that are involved. From there, the block is broadcast to everybody that's in that particular blockchain network. And there's these people called miners. And what they do is they have equipment that has this specific algorithms that they validate those transactions. Think about it. We've removed the banks from the equation, right? Somebody has to validate these transactions. So with the currency and the people that are on the net that own these networks, that is, we're going to reward the people that are validating these transactions. So once it's validated 3 times, the block is then added to a permanent, non-reputable, and transparent record of that transaction for all of time. Since the beginning of blockchain, every single transaction is there. And then Bob receives that money from Alice. Now, I know you're thinking, okay, well, how is this so much faster or different? Let me give you another example. So recently, this was in the news. Somebody sent $99 million of Litecoin around the world to someone on the other side of the world. Now, if you and I wanted to go send $99 million to the other side of the world, we'd go into the bank, we'd fill out all this paperwork, they'd want to know where it came from, it would take a lot of time. And then when we send it, it would take probably a couple of weeks to be able to get there. It's going to go through a number of regulatory agencies. They're going to have taking money out of it. It's going to go through a payment currency exchange. More money's going to disappear there before it finally arrives. Here's the kicker. The banks are going to be trading your money the entire time, making money on your money. Well, in this particular transaction, the reason why it made the news is because he sent $99 million of Litecoin. It took 90 seconds to arrive, and it cost 40 cents. Nice. Cryptocurrency's faster. It's cheaper. It's free of government oversight, at least for right now. Some regulations coming, and that's a good thing. And for those reasons and more, there's a lot of people out there that think that crypto will do to fiat currency, which is the dollar bills that are currently in your pocket, to what Netflix did to Blockbuster. Think about it. Some of you guys have been around for a little while. Remember Friday nights. You had to get to Blockbuster early, right? It had to be like 6 o'clock. You had to be there. Because if you got there any later, what was happening? All the good movies were gone, right? So you had to get there early. There was a Blockbuster on every single corner. Netflix comes along, launches this digital company. Now, Blockbuster thinks, digital. We have stores in every corner. Nobody wants digital. In fact, the owner of Netflix approached the owner of Blockbuster at one point and said, listen, if you just pay me $50 million, I'll sell you my company. Well, the owner of Blockbuster was pretty arrogant. He's like, we don't need your company. Why would we want to buy you? But think about what happened. Over time, all of a sudden, digital started to catch on. People started realizing it was faster, it was cheaper. You didn't have to pay those late fees. Guys, I know somebody, let's see if somebody's willing to admit it. Is there anybody here willing to admit that you have a Blockbuster movie that is currently in your house right now that you didn't take back, that you probably paid late fees on or even had to buy the movie? Is there anybody that's willing to be brave enough to admit that? I know, there we go, a couple of you guys. I did. I know I'm the same way. Well, Netflix just made it easier. Hey, $10 a month, you get everything, all the movies that you want. That's one example of how digital is changing the world. Let me tell you why we're all here. One word, potential. Potential. Let me give you an example. Had you invested $1,000 into 15 of America's favorite companies a decade ago, this is what it would be worth today. Netflix, $51,000. Amazon, $12,000. Apple, $6,000. Starbucks, $4,600. Well, what if you would have invested $1,000 into the top 15 coins that are out there 1 year ago? This is what it'll be worth today approximately. Bitcoin, $15,000. Ethereum, $63,000. Do you guys realize at the beginning of last year, Ethereum was $10 per coin? Litecoin, $28,000. Dash, $88,000. Zcash, $5,000. You guys get an idea. We're here because of the potential. Now, does this guarantee that we're going to continue to see that same growth? No, it doesn't. But I also understand that there's no asset class in the world that can produce these type of returns. And you know what? That is why people are excited. If you start watching the news every single day, there's a new story about cryptocurrency. Amazon strikes a new blockchain partnership. Yahoo buys stake in a cryptocurrency exchange. Starbucks testing new stores that only accept cryptocurrency. Twitter founder believes that cryptocurrency is going to replace all fiat currency inside of 10 years. So does Richard Branson. So does Elon Musk. And all of these thought leaders around the world. Goldman Sachs hiring their first cryptocurrency traders. Isn't it interesting that the banks have been warning you for years to stay away from crypto, but yet they're doing everything they can to file patents and figure out how to make money off of you with crypto. And if you look at what they're doing, even major executives from banks are leaving their cushy jobs to move over into the cryptocurrency space. New market research tells us that 1/3 of wealthy individuals in the world are either in cryptocurrency or planning to enter cryptocurrency. You know, I remember when I was little, a mentor saying to me, Travis, follow the money, follow the talent. Follow the money, follow the talent. Guys, the money's coming into cryptocurrency in a big way, and the talent, some of the most brilliant minds in the world are coming into this space. There is a new IPO that's coming out in October, a company called Bitmain. Guys, this is a big deal. So Bitmain is projected to have an $18 billion IPO. Now, before I give you some comparisons on how big that is, Bitmain is the #1 supplier of mining equipment around the world. So mining is a result of the demand for cryptocurrency, right? More transactions happening, which ultimately means the demand for mining grows. Well, Bitmain is projected to have an $18 billion IPO. Guys, Facebook's IPO was only $16 billion. So what does that tell you about the cryptocurrency space? Even old Zuckerberg over there is saying, okay, we are now forming an entire division that is focused around cryptocurrency. 96 countries active around the world, companies that we all do business with every day, Expedia, HP, eBay, Tesla, Shopify, Microsoft. Somebody sent me this message the other day that said, well, Travis, you know, here's the thing. I mean, you can't really use the coin anywhere. So, you know, I have some coin, but it's kind of worthless. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. Can you go take your Apple stock and go use that to buy things with it? Well, no, I'd have to cash it first. I'd have to cash it back out through my broker, and then I'd have the cash in my bank. I says, well, it's the same thing. But here's the difference. Every single day, more and more companies are now accepting cryptocurrency. Pizza Hut accepts it. Papa John's just announced they accepted it. You can buy things on Craigslist with cryptocurrency. We're seeing more and more retailers acknowledge cryptocurrency every single day. And over the next couple of years, that is only going to continue to grow. We have a market cap right now that's fluctuating between about 250 billion and 325 billion. To put that into perspective, there's only about 1.5 trillion US dollars in circulation. Do you guys realize that there's a lot of experts that believe over the next couple of years that there could be more cryptocurrency in circulation than US dollars? That's crazy. Think about that. Now, some of you are saying, well, man, I feel like I'm late to the party. I wish I would have bought Bitcoin at $10. I wish I would have bought Ethereum at $10. Let me put this into perspective for you. There's only 0.36% of the world's population involved in cryptocurrency. If I had to give you an analogy, this would be like 1994 when the internet just came out. Less than 1% of the world was on the internet. Warren Buffett was over here saying that it was a fad. Nobody understood why you would want to surf the net. And now look at how it's changed the world. It wasn't that long ago, guys. It doesn't seem, 1994 was not that long ago. That is where we are right now, and that's what creates the potential. And that is why my wife and I partnered with Kuvera to help them launch this brand. Because I believe that the world is going digital. And why wouldn't currency follow suit to everything else? Let me ask you guys a question. What happened to Toys R Us recently? Wasn't it sad to see that giraffe in that picture that was circulating around the internet? He's got this little vacation shirt on, and he's got his little travel, his little suitcase, and underneath it said, I guess all of the kids grew up. No, they're just ordering online. Their parents, they grew up, they became adults, and they're ordering on Amazon. And as a result of that, we're seeing the world change. Guys, I'm going to newsflash. Our current currency system is completely outdated, and it's coming. It's coming. So you can either learn it now and capitalize on it, or learn it later. So what we do is we provide everything that people need if they wanted to get involved in crypto mining and put the money to work for them. Now, if you want to learn how to trade and start getting involved in cryptocurrency and making money with it, we also have educational products that help you with that. Forex is also very popular. So we also have a Forex educational program. And then finally, we have Money Pro. And Money Pro is a really, really cool product because it helps people to find money, keep money, pay down debt, free up cash flow, and ultimately start having enough extra cash flow to be able to put into these income-producing assets. So there's some technology and education there that is just fantastic. So we are a company that essentially helps people find money, pay down debt, save money, and ultimately start to build some assets. And that's a cool place to be in because everybody that I know falls into one of those categories. Crypto one, crypto education. So for people that want to learn how to trade crypto, get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, we have an educational program. We do webinars on a weekly basis. We also have experts. We have a guy who graduated from Oklahoma State. His name's Crypto Corey that we call him. This guy is brilliant when it comes, I mean, I'm telling you, I've never seen somebody send out trade alerts like this guy. And they're just spot on. I mean, his track record for success is amazing. And I love it because I'm not a trader. And I'll never be a trader. But what I love is that I have experts doing the research and analysis and just sending me those trade alerts. And all I have to do is go over to my favorite broker or to my favorite exchange and just pair the trades and just execute them. It doesn't take, you don't have to understand trading to be able to do that. So we provide all of the tools and resources for people to make money on the crypto or on the crypto side. And it's $149 a month. Guys, I'll tell you what, I've been involved in coaching programs that have been thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, I have a good friend of mine, Corey, who's a professional trader. It's taken him 5 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn that craft. And for $149, you can start learning it. And if you refer a few people to the company, then it's actually free. So that's one product that we offer. The second product that we offer is on the Forex side. Forex is outstanding. Same thing. Weekly training sessions, Forex trade alerts for people that want to get involved in the Forex markets. We also have an auto trader that has a great track record of success. Can't guarantee that it's going to do this in the future, but what I can tell you is we have a 700-day streak of profitability, and we've been averaging about 2% per month, 24% annually on a trader that you can literally set it and essentially forget it. You get access to all of that for also $149 a month. And finally, we have our Money Pro. And that Money Pro product is great. You know, for anybody that's in business, if you're an entrepreneur or you're wanting to start getting your finances under control, which is probably one of the biggest challenges out there today, is most people don't measure and track their spending habits, and so it's hard to adjust and make differences. This allows you to help pay down those student loans and credit cards, formulate a plan that helps you to get out of debt. Most people do the all-in pack with us because it gives you access to everything that I just shared with you. It gives you access to the FX one, gives you access to the crypto one, it gives you access to the money products, the financial fitness tools, all of the above. Now, the last part of the presentation, I want to talk about crypto mining. Crypto mining, for people that don't understand it, a lot of people are like, why would I mine it if I can just go to an exchange and buy it? Well, the best way for me to describe it is you can go and pay retail at an exchange all day long. But what if I told you there was a way to get it wholesale for 30, 40, maybe 50 cents on the dollar, and you could, regardless of what the coin is doing, you can get into those coins for a much lower price point. That is what crypto mining does. Let me give you an example. So some of you remember a fable about a goose that lays golden eggs. So every day this farmer comes across this goose that lays these golden eggs every day, and he takes them to the market and he starts making money, but he gets greedy. Then eventually he thinks, you know what, I don't want to wait. So he tries to figure out where these eggs are coming from, and he eventually ends up killing the goose. And that begs the question, would you rather have a golden egg or a goose that lays the golden egg? Well, with crypto mining, basically what it is it's expensive computers, and they have a specific algorithm that they use to solve these mathematical problems. And essentially what they're doing is they're just validating those transactions like we talked about before. And when they're solved, a block is added to the blockchain, which rewards the computer owner in whatever currency that they're mining. So if I'm mining Bitcoin, I get paid in Bitcoin. If I'm mining Ethereum, I get paid in Ethereum. So the best way to describe it is mining, it is the golden goose. Would you rather go to the exchange and buy the currency, or would you rather have machines that are producing the currency? Now, you're thinking, well, why wouldn't everybody do this? Here's the problem. It's complicated. It's expensive, requires a lot of energy. You've got to monitor the difficulty rates of 1,500 plus coins, the ongoing maintenance, firmware, updates. So here's what we do. So I explained to you a little bit earlier on how we differ from anybody else that's out there in the world today involved in this industry. Number of companies that have been shut down. Well, here's the difference. We don't sell mining pools. So we're not selling you a percentage of a pool. We're not selling, you're not buying into a pool and sharing the revenue with anybody else. We sell you mining equipment. In fact, if you want, we'll just ship you the equipment. You can run it yourself. But what makes us so unique is we actually set up a entire package that does everything for you. So once you buy your equipment, we have people that will install it. We'll have people that will maintain it. We also have agreements with and have huge data centers in places like Iceland and Romania where energy is cheap. And we do everything for you. So you set it and essentially forget it, and you just start getting weekly deposits of Ethereum. The different packages just essentially means that you're getting more equipment, which means that you're solving more blocks, which means that you're making more money. The picture that you see here is actually our data center in Romania. Behind this glass is all air-cooled equipment, and it is some of the top-of-the-line equipment, newest technology available. We have an algorithm used to determine the most cost-effective cryptocurrencies to mine. Right now, we're mining coins like Ethereum, Monero, Dash, Ethereum Classic. You can buy these mining contracts with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, or wire transfers. Typically what happens is when I set up my mining contract, I wired the money in. About 10 days later, everything was set up, and I started seeing my weekly deposits come out. We always pay out in Ethereum, even though we might not necessarily just be mining Ethereum. And the reason why is simply because 94 of the top 100 blockchain projects are built on the Ethereum network. The word Ethereum has been Googled more than 110 million times this year. Steve Wozniak recently said that he believes that Ethereum could be the next Apple. It's projected to become the next biggest cryptocurrency in the world, currently number 2. China ranks Ethereum as the world's best blockchain network. And the SEC recently came out and said that it is not a security. We attract all kinds of different level of people that want to get involved in mining. 25,000, we have what's called a concierge service where people can start compounding. So right away, what they do is the amount of Ethereum that comes into their coin wallet, they just take that and they put it right back into additional equipment. And if you understand compounding, Albert Einstein refers to it as the 8th wonder of the world. You would just be blown away at what you can accomplish with even just 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months of compounding your results. And so if you'd like to understand that a little bit more, we can meet with you individually. In closing, let's just talk a little bit about income producing assets. I've been fortunate enough to travel the world and teach wealth building principles. And there's a few different pillars that I talk about. The first pillar that I always talk about is moving from a linear income to a residual income. Linear income is trading time for money, right? If I go to work, I get paid. When I'm not at work, I don't get paid. Residual income is passive income. So how do I get more residual income? Well, I develop or acquire income producing assets. So what are some different examples of income producing assets? Well, real estate, network marketing, crypto mining. These are all examples of income producing assets. I like network marketing for this reason, because it allows someone that doesn't necessarily have money to trade their time rather than putting a ton of money up, right? If I want to go buy a traditional business or a franchise, I could spend tens or hundreds or even hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Network marketing, typically you can get started for as little as a few $100, and you're just trading your time. And most people go to work full-time to pay the bills, but in their part-time or spare time, they work on building their fortune. And that's why I love the network marketing model. And we have a fantastic business opportunity for people that want to start gaining a little bit more leverage in their life. You can become a Kuvera referral partner. And there's 5 different ways that you can get paid. And I will tell you that we have people here that are crushing it. People that didn't understand cryptocurrency 90 days ago when they came into the business. And here's the thing that I want you all to understand. This is probably the biggest objection that I get. I don't understand crypto, so how can I really go into a cryptocurrency business? You don't have to understand cryptocurrency. Over time, you're going to learn it. We're going to teach you. What we're doing is looking for people that want to improve their financial habits. We're looking for people that want to pay down debt. We're looking for people that want to save money. We're looking for people that want to start understanding how to put their money to work for them. And for those people that are open to learning, your job is just to connect them. Your job is just to invite them to a presentation just like this. I was at the gym the other day, And I happened to be wearing this shirt, Crypto Club, and I had a hat on too. Paul is wearing the same hat I had on. And so this person comes up to me and says, hey, so what do you think about Bitcoin? What do you think it's going to do? And it sparked a great conversation. And all I said, I asked him a couple of questions. I said, so how long have you been in the cryptocurrency space? He said, I've just been dabbling, just a little bit, not much. And I said, okay, do you have any strategies that you follow? He says, not really. I had a few friends kind of tell me I should go and get into this coin. And I says, have you ever heard of crypto mining? And he says, I don't even really understand it. And I says, well, let me ask you, are you open to learning more? He says, absolutely. I says, cool, I want to send you a presentation. I think it'll be really good value. It'll help you to understand what's going on in this space. If you'd like to have future conversations, let's chat. Send him the presentation. He now wants to meet this week over coffee and sit down because he's interested in our mining program. Guys, that's what we do. That's all we do. So we also have a killer culture here. We have Kuvera Cares, which is something we recently launched, which is all about giving back and being a part of something bigger than yourself. So the promoters that are involved in our company get involved with this particular program. I don't have time tonight. I would love to show you a little video that gives you an idea of how we're giving back and making a difference out there in the community, but it's a very, very rewarding program. And we do fun trips. You know, a lot of people that are on this presentation were in Mexico earlier this year. Next year, it's the Dominican Republic. We create a great culture and community. And of course, John McAfee, who created the McAfee virus scan, McAfee software empire, said, look, you can't stop things like Bitcoin. It'll be everywhere, and the world will have to readjust. World governments will have to readjust. And I agree. I believe we're about to witness the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. So what does that mean for you? Well, typically the people that plug into our presentations fall into one of three categories. The first category is the people that just want to learn. Look, I want to learn how to make money in crypto, maybe start understanding it a little bit more, understand which coin wallets that I should use and what are some of the different strategies. So we've got some fantastic programs that are available. Crypto One is a great educational program. It's $169 to get started. It's $149 a month. There's no contracts, but you can start learning and putting what you're learning to work to be able to start generating an income. So that's the Crypto One side. And then of course, still under that same category of education is the Forex side, the exact same thing. You have the opportunity to be able to learn the Forex markets and start trading the Forex markets. You have access to our trade alerts, which are very popular. Most people do the all-in on the education category just because it gives you access to all of our trade alerts, auto traders, just a wealth of knowledge, and our money product as well. So that is the first category. The second category are the people that want to put their money to work for them. Yale recently came out with a study that now says that as much as 6% of your current portfolio should be in cryptocurrency. There was also a study that came out recently that said that college students, 19% of them are already invested in cryptocurrency, and over 50% of them are more likely to put their money in crypto than they are the stock market. I only share that with you because it's very indicative of where the future is going. So crypto mining is a great way to get started. It's very high speed, low drag, hands off. You just get your weekly deposits of Ethereum. If you want to follow a compounding strategy and exponentially grow your asset, you can. That's the second category. And then the third category are the people that they want to create some leverage. They want to build a residual income, and they want to capitalize on this trend. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I've been involved and promoted some wonderful products in the network marketing industry, but there's something about having a product. I was just talking about this on the last presentation with a friend of mine. 100% of the people that are involved in mining with me, 100% of them get paid every week without having to sponsor or recruit one person into the business. There's no other network marketing company in the world that offers that same opportunity. And that is powerful, my friends, if you are a promoter, because what that drives is the ultimate retention program. So listen, regardless of how you fit into the equation, I'm going to invite you to get back to the person that recommended that you watch this presentation. Let them know where you are. Let them know, hey, look, I'm interested in the education. I'm interested in learning more about the mining and how it works and putting my money to work for me. Guys, I'm just going to tell you, it's a no-brainer. It truly is a no-brainer when you understand it. And finally, for those of you that are looking for an opportunity, I'm just going to tell you right now, this company is right on the verge of exploding. And you have a chance to partner, and I'm a little bit biased, but with the best team and community in the network marketing industry that will wrap their arms around you and teach you how to go and grow and build a business the right way in this industry. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for plugging in tonight. Looking forward to a fantastic week ahead. We've got another great presentation. This same presentation is happening almost every night of the week. We've got one tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern. Come back and see Richie Hood. Richie is a former consultant to the U.S. Treasury, used to own an accounting firm. He'll be here tomorrow night talking about his take on why cryptocurrency is the future. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. For the rest of you guys that are part of the Crypto Club, we've got a Freedom Call coming up in about 20 minutes. Make sure that you plug into that call tonight. We've got some exciting stuff happening. You guys take care. Thanks so much for tuning in. God bless.